Luis Guantena. Back to receive from the Thoroughbreds, number 27, Michael Nero.
Check.
My zoom's too far out. Am I zoomed out too much? Because there's a lot of people in the front that I got in the shot.
Kick is taken by number 86, Jordan Level. Tackle made by number 21, Gabriel Scott. Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line. Will be first and 10 Thoroughbreds. And now goes number 10, Demetrius Anderson. Tackle made by number 9, for Draven Rancher. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. First down, Thoroughbreds. And out goes the seal. Tackle made by number 92, Brace McKenzie. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down, 5 Thoroughbreds. And out goes the seal. And out goes to seal. Tackle made at the 29-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Thoroughbreds. Anderson on the carry. Tackle made at the 28-yard line. Tackle made by number 21, Gabriel Scott. Second down, Thoroughbreds. Pass from Simpson is complete. Number 88, Cameron Gore. Tackle was made by number 9, the Dragon Rancher. Third down, Thoroughbreds. Pass intended to go or incomplete. Fourth down, Thoroughbreds. Pass is complete to number 3, Seal. First down, Thoroughbreds. And out goes to Seal. Touchdown, Thoroughbreds. Pass from Anderson to number 14, Michael Simpson, is complete. 2-point conversion is good. That's the score. Thoroughbreds 11, Dragons 5.
And we welcome you back in. We had a couple of technical difficulties. We weren't sure if we were up and running, but it looks like we are.
Drive is 9 plays, is 63 yards.
The Thoroughbreds drive, the opening kickoff down the field, put points on the board. They went for 2, so it's now an 11-5 game with 11:08 left here in the third quarter as the Thoroughbreds are teeing it up, ready to kick off back deep. It looks like back deep for the Dragons will be number 8, Darren Clark, and then also Badarius Trujillo. Kick up, little squib kick. And falling on by Jason Finch, and flags are coming up.
Walk away, guys.
And so now let's see what they sort out. See if they call a double personal foul here. Or unsportsmanlike conduct would be more appropriate for this particular situation. Because my understanding still is, according to rule, that if you get 2 unsportsmanlike penalties in a game, you have to sit out. So the officials are discussing what's going on. His Lane recovers and falls on the football right at the 30-yard line. So here's the official call.
We have a personal foul on the 58 on the receiving team. We have a personal foul on the 43 of the kicking team. Those penalties are all set first down.
And so to be first down lane is you have a personal foul on both teams, which you kind of figured that that's what it was going to be when multiple flags went up. And the ball is going to be spotted, well, we're going to call it the 29-yard line. 11:07 left here in the third quarter as we've just begun. I'm Ray Pack along with Bruce Douthard. I get that name down before tomorrow.
It takes people a while to get it. I always had trouble with it.
And so it looks like Thomas Rubin has come back out on the field as the quarterback. He's got Holiday in the backfield. He's got two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Pass complete to Ahmad Isaac across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. So a pickup of 5. That's a nice little pass. That's the kind of pass that'll win you a lot of football games. If they'll just give you the cushion, just dink it down the field. And you know, it's a very successful thing.
It looks like Lane College might come out with a little bit more passing this half. The first half, they depended on a run game, which is very successful for the Dragons. And it seems like they're going to come out more with a little bit more passing. Let's see what they're.
Well, let's see if they'll use that short passing game to open up and pull the defense and spread them out a little bit more. They're kind of stacking in there in the middle of the box. So looking again, same route. Isaac across the 40. And he keeps the ball, but he fumbles the ball as he tries to pick up extra yardage. And they're going to spot the ball down at the 45-yard line. So that's first down for the Dragons, though. It's a nice little pass and catch.
A very good offensive play right there by the offense. Way to knock the ball out by the receiver, keeping it to staying in bounds for the defense to recover.
Exactly, and Isaac, as he got hit, that's what caused the fumble, but then he was able to reach back and knock it out of bounds. So first and 10 Dragons at the 45-yard line, their own 45. Rubin looking. He has Grigsby on the far side. Grigsby, not a lot on that pass, but it is a 3-yard gain, so it'll be second down and 7. Yeah, you're setting something up with these passes.
It seems like they're trying to draw the defenses closer so they can try that shot down the field. I believe it's coming up very short.
Well, you know, if you look at the defense, they're all within 15 yards of the football. And so Rubin calling for the ball. This time he's going to hand it off to Holiday, straight up the middle, nothing there. Maybe a half a yard, so it's going to bring third down. We're going to call it 6.
That was a very good hold by the Thoroughbreds defense. Very good way to make the tackle.
Rubin looking to the sideline to get his play. .838 and counting here in the third quarter of play. Rubin takes the snap. He's looking down the field. Looking. Escapes one. Looking still. Looking. Throwing middle of the field. Picked off by number 36. As his receiver fell down, he's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Cuts back in, and he's going to go all the way to the house. A 55-yard interception, pick 6.
And that interception goes to Jay Johnson, a freshman from Lexington, Kentucky.
And what's interesting about that, if you look at that roster, Bruce, you notice what he's listed as?
A kicker. Mr. Ray, he's the kicker.
That is a surprise.
And to our surprise and to the fans' surprise, we have been calling number 36 a lot today. As we have a Lane College player.
Drag it down. So a pick 6, unless there's a flag somewhere out there that I didn't see.
I do not see any either.
So our score is going to be 17-5. As we see the trainers coming up. That's Ruben, slow to get up. That's who that is. That's Ruben.
We hope everything is okay.
Yes, we do. And your receiver slipped and kind of lost his footing, and the defender just happened to be in the right place, right time. At that time, Ruben escaped the rush 3 times. He stepped away from a sack.
As he has as he comes off the field, he has another player helping him.
And he's coming off pretty ginger, not able to put a lot of pressure on one of those. Not sure if it's his right leg or his left leg. And now you got the coaches going out, and they're going to carry him off. It's his right leg. It looks like some type of injury with the right leg. Don't like to see that for a young man, especially this late in the season.
We hope everything
well,
is okay.
You never want to see it, but especially this late in the season. So I would say we're going to see Marcus Reynolds on the next series. Either that or we may see Marquez Pickett.
It seems like a timeout was taken.
Yeah, an official timeout for that injury. That both teams will have, if you're looking at the scoreboard, that both teams have 3 timeouts left here in the second half.
So with it still being an early game, what do you say as the offense, as a Lane College player and coach, what do you say to your team?
Well, you've got to tell your team, and I liked what they were trying to do there, but we got to get back to running the football. Well, that's what we were effective at early in the half. I think you try to open up the run. Now, and that's what I think they were trying to do with the pass, is trying to open up and spread the defense a little more to give more open space. So that's just my thought. But
as you can see, Coach Burrows in the huddle talking to his defense.
Well, so you've had you had an off. I mean, you take away that play. I mean, the Dragons are not out of this football game. It's still going to be 2 scores. If are they going to go for 2 here? Looks like they are going to go for 2, so they're going to try to make it a 14-point lead.
Trips to the far right side.
Yeah, they've got those kind of stacked, and then you got single running back, and Simpson, he's going to keep it, and he's going to take it in himself, so it's going to be 19-5. So a 14-point lead for the Thoroughbreds now, and they've scored twice here within 7 minutes here. Lane had a good possession going until the interception. So, well, why don't we take a quick break as we have 8:08 left here in the third quarter of play. 19-5, the Thoroughbreds lead the Dragons.
And the Lane College Athletic and the Jackson City Beautiful have joined forces this year to help stop littering. We place drop-off locations throughout the stadium for all trash. Please help keep our stadium and the city of Jackson beautiful by making sure to place your trash in the containers today before you leave the stadium. Kicking off with the Thoroughbreds, number 85, KO. Back to receive for the Dragons. Number 8.
And we're back. KO will be doing the kicking off. Back deep again for the Dragons is Trujillo and also Darren Clark. Another squib kick picked up. This time it is picked up by Aaron Thomas. Thomas reverses his field at the 40, 45, 50. Down the sideline.
That was a very good hit by number 28, Trujillo.
And again, on the kickoff, a little skirmish breaks out. And that time, instead of releasing Clark as he went out of bounds, the man kept trying to strip the football.
Across midfield.
And so they're going to spot the ball down at the 46-yard line. And that's where he was pushed out of bounds.
It'll be first down.
Very good run by the returner right there.
Yeah, because Thomas was running right back into the meat of the punt, the kickoff coverage, and he reversed his field and picked up 15 extra yards.
As it looked like the Thoroughbreds line up with a 3-4 defense.
Reynolds keeps it, steps back, steps forward, falls across to 45, and they're going to mark him at the 44, so give him 2 yards, make it 2nd and 8. This is that read option that type of offense.
With 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter.
2nd down,
Score
Dragons.
still 19-5. Thoroughbreds leading.
It looks like the play clocks are not working today, so official, the back judge, keeping the play clock. Reynolds just drops back. He's going to look the throw, steps up, and he's going to go down a sack. He lost the ball, and he pulled it back in. But you lose 7 yards on that play.
In the backfield by number 21, Bryant.
That was a very good defensive play by the defense of the Thoroughbreds. Way to get back there to the backfield.
3rd down, 16 Dragons.
3rd and 16. Reynolds looking to throw, looking. He's going deep. He's got Hampton. He overthrows Amari Hampton, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 17 or 16, excuse me.
4th down, Dragons.
And the Dragons are going to have to punt it away as Juan Pena comes out. So dropping back deep for the Thoroughbreds will be number 3. That'll be Sylvie.
In the play for the Dragons, number 14, Vicente Luis Juan Pena. Back to receive for the Thoroughbreds, number 3, Brett Sewell.
Snap. Foot in the ball. Good kick by Juan Pena. It's going to push him back to the 10. Fair catch. Excuse me, stepped up and fair caught it at the 13-yard line. So now let's see if the defense can make a play here, or at least a stop. A stop would be just as good as an interception or a fumble right here for the Dragons.
Yes, it would, as the Lane College Dragons defense is out on the field ready, waiting on the Thoroughbreds offense to come out.
Let's go defense!
So you have Simpson, Sylvie. Looks like you have a tight end on the far side, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Puts Sylvie in motion, empties the backfield. Quarterback keeper, 25, 30, 35, 40, still on his feet, and you're going to give credit there for really a tackle to number 7 for the Dragons, Anthony Blackman. He probably saved 6 points right there. Just enough to get a hand to pull him and cause him to lose his balance.
That was a very good run by the quarterback, Michael Simpson, a 6'3" junior from Dayton, Ohio, for the Thoroughbreds.
Hand off to Sylvie. Sylvie cuts up, crosses the 40. He's met, and he's going to be marked down at the 41-yard line, so you're going to pick up 3.
Very good tackle by number 96.
And off goes to
Isaac McHot.
For progress at the 41-yard line.
And we have a Dragon down.
Time out on the field.
As the training staff jogs out to check on the player.
And still got Ruben down there on the trainer's table, and now you have another Dragon. And the medical staff, the training staff going out, Dr. Johnson going out. Tell you what, you see him all over supporting not only Lane College, but he does Freed-Hardeman University athletics. He does Chester County High School athletics.
We thank him today for being out there helping the players.
Always want to thank your training and staff, medical staff, for what they provide to each school.
With 5 minutes and 44 seconds left in this third quarter. Number 24, Rockman Newsbeck, a D lineman. He's a senior from Atlanta, Georgia. Seems to walk himself off the field, which is a very good sign.
Number 24 is Nick. I believe that's Nick Gray. As he comes off. So it's 2nd down and 7 for the Thoroughbreds. Simpson rolling, hits his receiver, number 80. 1st down, tripped up on the far side. And that's number 4 on the far side, Kenneth Williams. The 1st down as pass was complete from Simpson to Marquise Livers.
46-yard line. 1st down, Thoroughbreds.
It seems like the Thoroughbreds offense.
Yeah, they're starting to kick it in, and quarterback keeper, he's at the 40, 30. And a flag. You may get a face mask right here. In the lane, the defense they're just kind of picking here, picking there, picking everywhere.
Let's see what the refs are going to call right here.
It's either going to be a face mask or a holding call. And they're going to wave the flag off. So it'll be a 1st down for the Thoroughbreds, and the ball's going to be placed right at the 31-yard line.
31-yard line, 1st down, Thoroughbreds.
4:40 left here in the 3rd quarter. 19-5 is our score. Kentucky State is driving the football. Simpson has a man coming in motion. And a little busted play back there as the handoff goes to number 3, but he runs right into his other running back, the man in motion, number 37, Johnson. Sylvie's going to pick up a hard-earned 4 yards on that play because the hole was there, and he probably would have had a lot of daylight if he would have been able to just keep going.
And probably through the minds of the Dragons defense right now, each one of them thinking, one of them individually, but as a team is thinking that we all have to step up and make the play.
Exactly. Someone has to make a play. Why not me? And in that time, a mishandled snap by Simpson, and I believe he could have been sacked right there, but your defender didn't come at him. And I think part of the reason he didn't come straight at him was due to the very simple fact that Simpson has the ability with his feet to make things happen.
That is a very good way.
So 2nd down, actually it's 3rd down and 7. Simpson calls for the ball, has it, handoff, Sylvie. Sylvie busts through, and he's going to the house, fellas. And now it's 25-5. The Thoroughbreds have just come out and dominated this 3rd quarter.
And as a Lane College player, you have to have the mindset right now that the game is not over. Keep your head up high, that the game does not end until the last buzzer sound in the 4th quarter. All clock is 0.
That is correct. So a 31-yard touchdown run for number 3, Brett Sylvie.
Number 85,
and he is out of Hammond, Louisiana. He's a long way from home up there in Kentucky in the cold weather.
As number 85.
We're just going to call him KO. I'm not going to make you pronounce his first name anymore, okay? We just Mr. KO is going to go up for the extra point.
And it's good.
I believe it is. So it's 26-5. The Dragons down by 3 scores now.
With 3:42 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Why don't we take a quick break and let us thank a few folks. And you all see what's going on see what's going on campus at Lane College. You're watching Dragon football right here.
Thoroughbreds scoring drive was 7 plays, 87 yards. Out of the Thoroughbreds, number 85, KO.
So KO has the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. Again, back deep for. Looks like we're just going to have one deep man back. Now we see Clark dropping back. And he's going to kick it deep. And Clark's going to take it at the 15. Comes to the near side of the field, 20, 25. And nice open field tackle there by number 38 for Kentucky State, Philip Francis.
And he's a 6-foot redshirt sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky.
28, James Petrie.
So Lane is going to take over at the 24-yard line, 76 yards from pay dirt, with 3:34 left here in the third quarter.
So as the offense comes back on the field, do you believe that they would like to speed the tempo up or continue doing the same thing and just work their way down the field?
Well, I think they're going to have a little bit of a sense of urgency down 3 scores. But you want to work with what comes to you. As Reynolds hand off to Hill. Hill's across the. Well, he's going to lose a amount. Looks like he's probably going to lose 2 yards. So it's going to be second down.
Met in the backfield by number 9.
Well, they're actually going to mark it back at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he had lost a couple yards on that play.
No gain on the play.
They look to the sideline for the next play.
I think you need to go. It was working. It was that short passing game. So Reynolds takes the snap. He's going to look the throw. He's looking for Hampton. And uncatchable pass for Hampton over his head as Hampton cut in. And I think Reynolds thought he was going to continue his route down the field, and it went down to the sidelines out of bounds.
That was third.
Fort Valley State 52, Morehouse 7. Fort Valley State 52, Morehouse 7.
As that score comes in, Fort Valley State over Morehouse 52-7. So Reynolds, two receivers each way. Single running back is Holiday. Holiday's back into black. Reynolds is going to pull it down. Still looking. He's going to keep it. And Reynolds is going to step out of bounds. And I believe his feet got the first down if they mark it at the 35 where I think they're going to mark it. So nice job by Reynolds there. Nothing open for him.
Taken out of bounds at the 35-yard.
Tuck it and run. Tuck it and run.
First down, Dragons.
Final score, Tuskegee 45, Central State 0.
The final score, Tuskegee 45, Central State 0, also in SIAC play. Hand off to Holiday. Holiday straight up the middle, out to the 40. Actually, they may mark him at the 46, so about a 5-yard gain for Marcus Holiday.
Very good run, very good stand for the offensive line. Good way to hold their blocks for the good run.
Game sitting on the play, second down for Dragons.
Reynolds takes the snap. Again, and that time the handoff was intended for Holiday, but a little missed exchange, and Reynolds falls on the football after a 3-yard loss. So it's going to be third down and 8.
6-yard line.
Communication will be the key for the Dragons right here to finish this game off.
Clock's running with a minute 44 here in the third quarter. Had quite a bit of a slower third quarter, a little stoppage of play, a couple of injuries, and some incomplete passes. So Reynolds looks, steps up. He throws, and incomplete. The intended receiver was Marcus Holiday. Holiday right at the sticks. Just went through his hands, so it's going to bring up 4th down, brings out the punt team. So now Coach Burrows says it's defense. Someone put it in your hands to get a stop here.
Once again, every defensive player is thinking in their head that I have to be the one to make the change, the turnover for the game.
You know, it's interesting you say that. I used to coach high school girls softball, and that was it. I want you to hit the ball to me. I want the ball. I want the ball. That's the attitude you have to have. Let me make the play. Pena, nice spiral kick. Fair caught at the 32-yard line by Brett Silva.
Still down the ball at the 32-yard line. Thoroughbred football.
So they take the ball over, 1st and 10 with 1:18 left here in the third quarter of play. 26-5 is our score. The Dragons led 5-3 going into the half, but have 3 scores here in the third quarter by the Thoroughbreds. 2 by the offense, 1 by the pick six.
By the kicker.
Well, he's actually was in the defensive backfield, but he is a kicker listed on their roster. That's so interesting. Hand off to Silva. He breaks up, still on his feet. And the flag comes in. That's a face mask. That's going to add 15 yards to the end of the run, so the Thoroughbreds will have a 1st down.
And off goes number 3, Seal, tackle made by number 4.
And it's going to be a personal foul face mask, which is 15 yards.
There's a flag on the play.
As we sort it out here comes the official, referee. Yeah, and there was no doubt. You could see that one if you were watching on camera. You could see that he put it in his head was pulled back as he spun around. And that's DeMichael McQueen getting called for that face mask penalty.
Yes. And like I said earlier, penalties can win you the game and lose you the game. And right now, the penalties are killing the
It's the penalties that have killed the drives, even in the first half. It's Silva, ball's on the ground, and it's going to be recovered by the Dragons. There's your defensive play.
And on the play, Dragon football.
And that was picked up by number
45.
Recovered by number
Joel Green.
Joel Green.
He's a senior from Los Angeles, California.
So he makes the play that you needed to be made. You were wanting your defense to get a stop. Well, the stop comes in the form of a fumble at the 46-yard line of the Thoroughbreds, and now we see Marquez Pickett coming out. He is a 6'2" sophomore from Vicksburg, Mississippi. So Coach Burrow's not afraid to go down the bench and try some things to see what's going to work.
It's at the end of the season. Get ready for the new season.
Pickett hits Isaac, and they're going to say incomplete. And that is the correct call right there, as Isaac really never had control of that football. A nice pass.
That was a very nice pass by Pickett.
I tell you, Pickett's a nice-looking young quarterback.
Yes, it seems like he be very relaxed and calm in the pocket.
Well, you get an opportunity to show what you can do.
You take it.
Because you have, Reynolds is, they're both, him and Ruben are both juniors. Pickett going to keep it. It could have been a late hit right there, out of bounds.
To get on the keeper.
And he picks up 2 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
44-yard line. 3rd down Dragons.
Well, yeah, they're going to mark it at the 44-yard line. As the offense's play is being called in from the sidelines. 45 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. Pickett drops straight back. about a 6-step drop. Throws down, and he intended the receiver is 88, Aaron Thomas, and he overthrows him, so it brings up 4th down for the Dragons.
It looked like on that play right there, the receiver just gave up and just stopped running. He did not continue running his route. He just thought that the play was over with.
So credit to the Thoroughbreds right there. They turn the ball over, and then their defense comes out and gets the stop.
In the punt for the Dragons, number 14, Juan Pena.
Juan Pena coming in to punt, back to receive.
The Thoroughbreds, number 3, a seal.
Number 3, Silva. And you got a short man up. That's number 5. That is Ryan Luckett. Punt is up. Takes it at the 8 or the 9. Steps up to the cross of 10. Still on his feet. 15. And he's going to come to the 20.
It's a couple brawls going on.
I tell you what,
Hill takes the ball out to the 20-yard line. Tackle made by number 12, Knox.
Don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know who that flag. I didn't see it. You saw it, so we'll see what the call is. And I think they're going to call again maybe a double one here. It's one of those situations, officials, you can't lose control because you know the Dragons are looking for something to hang their hat on. As you know, they're 1-7 on the season, and Kentucky State's 2-6. They may be writing down unsportsmanlike here. I see one of the officials has pulled out his pad and is writing something down. And here we go. Here's the official call.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 31 of the receiving team. We also have unsportsmanlike conduct, number 20 of the kicking team. This is both the first unsportsmanlike of the game.
Okay, they called unsportsmanlike penalties, and that's their first for each player of the game. So they'll offset penalties, so the Thoroughbreds are going to take over.
And once again, penalties.
And they're going to take over at the 20-yard line. They had all lined up at the 30, but the ball was actually down at the 20. So you got 19 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. I would not look for the Thoroughbreds to put the ball in the air. I would say they're going to try to keep the ball on the ground.
2 o'clock. Make the Dragons use their timeouts.
Hand off to Silva. He's met as he crosses the line of scrimmage, about a 2-yard gain. Nice job by the defensive line right there for the Dragons, bringing him down.
And that tackle was made by number 45, Joel Green.
And then you had DeMichael, number 43, also DeMichael McQueen in on that tackle. And so that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Our score, Kentucky State 26, Lane 5. We'll be right back with more Dragon football after these messages. All right, we welcome you back in as we have 15 minutes to go. The Thoroughbreds up 26-5. Bruce is going to run through the stats for you real quick. Go ahead, Bruce.
Kentucky State rushing game right now, you have Silver, the running back. He has 17 carries for 80 yards. He's still averaging 4.7 a carry. Simpson, he has 5 carries for a net total of 39 yards. As the Lane College rushing has Marcus Holiday for 14 carries and a net gain of 72. As Marcus Reynolds has 10 carries for 29 yards. In passing, you have Simpson, 10 for 16.
Correct, 73 yards.
73 yards with his longest with 21. He has 73 yards total with 0 touchdowns.
33 yard line.
With
First down,
the
Thoroughbreds.
Lane College Dragons, you have Ruben for 12 for 15, 65 yards, and his longest was 25, with Marcus Reynolds following him up 2 for 6 with 23 yards, with his total being a 22-yard pass.
All right, so Simpson, first and 10 at the 33. Silva runs, bounces off. Good job by the defense to keep it contained right there. So it's going to bring up second down and 10.
Tackled in the backfield. Tackle made by number 45, Joel.
And as I look at the stats, it seemed like the rushing game from both of the teams are neck and neck. To be honest, I would have to say they leading rusher only has about 8 yards over our leading rusher.
Yeah, when you look up here at the total stats, they have 48 yards more rushing than we do, and we have 15 more yards passing. Simpson with the keeper as he breaks it out over to the
Simpson on the keeper.
They're going to mark it at the 38-yard line. Yeah, the difference in the ball game is the interception, the 66-yard interception return, and then that's the big difference in there. Your penalties. Look at the penalties. 1 penalty on KSU for 10 yards, 7 on Lane for 62, and now you're going to have another penalty. I believe you're going to have another penalty on Lane. It's just silly penalties. If it's a personal foul, just a lack of discipline on the Dragons' behalf right there.
They just need to stay calm and collective and finish the game strong with their heads held high.
After the play,
That's going to be
unnecessary roughness, defense number 12, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic, first down.
so an unnecessary roughness, and it basically after the play was being blocked and came up after the play was blown dead and he just went at him. So you just got to be disciplined.
Just giving the Thoroughbreds free yards.
Exactly, and you just cannot do that. So as it's 26-15, 12:58 left here in the ball game. Simpson calls for the ball, takes a snap, and hand off to Silva again. And a hard-fought 2 yards, maybe 3, so make it 2nd and 7.
2-yard line by number 7, Anthony Blackman.
Tackle made by Anthony Blackman, number 7. Quarterback pulls it out, completes the pass to number 31, Tyrone Wilkerson. So it's going to ring up third down and about 2.
That was a very good play by the quarterback. Way to dump it off for some positive yards.
Definitely a planned play as he pulled it out. A perfect sit-up little running back screen pass.
To draw the defenders closer.
Yep. And so you got third and a long 2, short 3 as Simpson steps back in the shotgun formation. Simpson, man goes in motion, takes the snap, hand off to Silva. First down and more as he's still on his feet. I tell you, I've been impressed with this kid from Kentucky State. He's just, you think he's down and he just keeps his feet moving. as you're taught, and is able to pick up a first down and an extra 3 yards after that. So it's first down for Kentucky State at the lane 32-yard line.
Yes, that was a very good run by him. Way to keep his feet moving in the ground and wait for his lineman to come up and help him for the extra few yards at the end.
So Simpson in the backfield. He's calling for the ball. Here he goes, motion man.
Hands off again.
He hands it off again to number 3, Sylvan. And he is down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, second down and 5.
Seal tackled at the 27-yard line. Gain of 5, second down to 5. Thoroughbreds.
As Kentucky State just kind of taking a little bit of time here as we're down to just right at 10.5 minutes left. Hand off again to Sylv. And he's got the first down. Still on his feet. Gets down to the... They're going to mark it at the 11, so another first down for Kentucky State.
And to me, you can see the Thoroughbreds offensive line. They're all on one accord. They're all moving together.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell they're in sync today.
Yes, and it seems like they're communicating great against the Lane College defensive line, which is helping their running back get the yards that he's gaining today.
The tight end comes in motion. Now he shifts. And he's wide open, and he's going to waltz into the end zone. Well-designed play right there by Kentucky State as the tight end came in motion. He reversed his field, and then he came back, and he was wide open. That's number 80 for Kentucky State, Marquise Livers. And so they add on to their lead. It's now 32-5, awaiting the extra point. And KO is going to come out and attempt this extra point.
So at this point in the game, do you feel like as the Lane College Dragons, should you continue to keep your starters in, or should you put new people in to let them get the feel?
I think you keep some of your starters out there, but you start putting in some of the younger guys and let them get a little experience. And that kick is somebody got a hand on it. It's no good. I did not see the number of who had it on, but it was a very low kick. So it's 32-5. Dragons down 27 as the Thoroughbreds will here momentarily kick off. But on that series, you had that big 15-yard penalty after you made the stop on third down. Again, continued to plague the Dragons. Drop it back deep for the Dragons will be Clark and Trujillo. KO will tee it up at the 35.
Central State University. Be right here at Lane Field at 2 o'clock.
So we have one more home game left, and that's next Saturday, 2 o'clock right here at Lane Stadium.
Number 85 KO back to receive. Number 28.
And that'll be against Central State.
And number 8 Clark.
Come out and support your Lane Dragons as they finish the season off.
Had some really nice crowds so far this year. Today we're down a little bit. I'm sure the weather may have something to do with that as Trujillo takes it. And he is going to be taken down at the 9. He had to backtrack, and he stepped into the end zone, but he fielded the ball at about the 2-yard line. If he'd let it bounce, it would have went in. It'd been a 20, but instead Lane's going to take over at the 9-yard line.
8-yard line. Dragon football, first and 10.
As Pickett, number 13 for the Dragons, comes back out for this series for their quarterback.
Why don't you call a few of these series right here as a play-by-play man instead of the analyst this time?
Well, let me see. And it's a give to Mr.
There you go.
Well, that was about a game
And
for
up
about
goes
3
to
yards,
Holiday.
3 or 4 yards.
It looked like it'll be
Tackled
second
at
down
the
and
11-yard line by
7.
Number 45, Crawley.
And a tackle made by number 45,
Gain
Crawley.
3, second down, Dragons.
As Pickett calls for the ball.
Man, he faked his handoff that time, and he was met right as he got to the line of scrimmage by a host of Kentucky State players.
So now it is 3rd and 7 with 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this quarter.
Down, Dragons.
I believe the first man to the ball was number 55 right there. That was Donovan Cecil.
As the Dragons offense looks to the sideline for their play, it seems like they are ready. Pickett calls for the ball. Steps back, pass. He threw it a little bit behind his receiver, number 11, Ahmad Isaac.
And that time Isaac, as he had to turn back to the football, his feet came out from under him and down he went. So now Lane is going to be forced to punt. Juan Pena is going to be right at the edge of his end zone when he kicks this ball off.
Sylvia.
8:19 left here in the fourth quarter.
For the Thoroughbreds, number 3.
As the Thoroughbreds lead 32-5.
It looks like the Thoroughbreds is getting ready to send the house to try to block this punt.
And now they're going to back out.
Okay.
Short punt. Fair catch at the 40-yard line by the up back. That's the wind affecting that punt right there.
At the 40-yard line.
Lane College Dragons defense jogs back onto the field.
First down, Thoroughbreds.
They are ready to finish this game out strongly with their heads held high by all players, both teams.
As for Kentucky State, nope, they still got their starting unit out. You got a new running back out there. You still have Simpson at the quarterback position. That's number 43, Malik Saunders, in the backfield.
And he's a 5'9" sophomore. He's also from Louisville, Kentucky. As they hand it off to him, and he runs right up the gut for the first down.
They're just gashing Lane's interior line right now. The Thoroughbred offensive line is winning the battle.
Yes, they are. They're coming off the ball strong, and they're playing until the whistle is blown. Not giving up on
first down, Thoroughbreds.
Another handoff to the running back as he runs up the field for yet another first down.
Handoff goes to Saunders.
Another first down.
Number 4, Kenneth Williams.
So really what was a very close football game in the second half, the Dragons just have not been able to get anything really going.
Simpson gives it back off to number 43, Saunders. And the tackle was made by number 96.
Tackle made by number 92, Bryce McKenzie.
He also had on that tackle number 92 at the bottom of the pile, Bryce McKenzie.
Ball spotted at the 15-yard line, second down, Thoroughbreds.
Now it is second and about 8 with 6:45 remaining in the quarter. With the Thoroughbreds holding onto the ball.
And they're just milking the clock right now, the Thoroughbreds are.
as the Thoroughbreds check in another running back, Michael Nero. He's a 5'10" sophomore for Louisville, Kentucky, as they hand the ball off to him.
And he's going to come up a little bit short of the first down, about 2 yards.
Nero on the carry. Ball spotted at the 8-yard line.
So it's 3rd down and 2 at the 8-yard line.
And Simpson tells his offensive line to play. They get ready, they get set.
I thought it was awful quiet. The band is already gone.
Oh, ain't that a shot?
And a nice job by the defense there to pin him back.
That was a very good tackle by number 4, Kenneth Williams, a senior from Memphis, Tennessee.
So there's going to be 4th in less than a yard. 5:05.
4th down, 1.
And it looks like the Thoroughbreds are going for it.
They're going to go for it. Yeah, they're trying to milk some clock here. They're just trying to draw. They're trying to draw the Dragons off to get a free 5 yards. It's like they may take a penalty.
They get the ball off. Ooh, that was a very good pick.
It's a pickoff, and that's number 35 for the Dragons.
Number 35,
Gary Brooks.
Nice job by Brooks right there. He just laid out in front of the receiver. But, you know, if you're a Thoroughbred, you don't mind that turnover because you've got now pinned them deep in their own territory at the 3-yard line. So you got 4:31 left here for the Dragons. Now you just want to finish the game. What you're hoping is no more injuries and finish the game. And go out, watch your film, learn what you can improve to do next week.
Keep your heads high because you guys fought from the beginning to the end. As
that's Holiday.
Holiday gets the ball and he gets it out to about the 7.
Yeah, we'll say the 6.
The 6.
Yeah. So gain of, we'll give him 3.
Holiday on carry, tackle made at the 6-yard line.
I look out there and I see this player wearing the green and the yellow socks.
Dragons.
And it's number 9 for the Thoroughbreds, my Thrill Stewart. And every time I see that yellow sock, I think it's a flag laying on the field.
As he just ran in and clogged the hole up for a very short gain by the Dragons.
You know, the Kentucky State defense here in the second half has really stepped up a little bit in their game and has played a really good game right here.
I believe at halftime the defensive coordinator, he's seen something in that first half, talked to him and showed it to the guys, and now they clicked all on one accord, and they have been able to work on one accord. With 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, it's 3rd and 7.
Grigsby wide open. Almost picked. As I tell you what, number 22 came flying across the field right there. That is Matthew Bismana. He just almost had him a pick right there. And so it's 4th down. Pena's going to have to punt from the back of his end zone. And so Kentucky State's going to get the ball with about three minutes or so left, and all they'll have to do is pick up 1 or 2 first downs. And I don't think Coach Burrows uses his timeouts at this point in the football game unless he has a teaching moment. He might use one. Low snap. Pena gets it away. It's going to be a short punt. He can't catch a break. Right there, the ball bounces right off of the up man, number 5, Ryan Luckett. Lane had a shot at it, was unable to secure it, and I guess a fortunate break if you're a Thoroughbred fan. And they secured the football at the 20. So where they're going to spot it at the 20, right at the 27-yard line.
As the Lane College defense jogs back onto the field, along with the Thoroughbreds offense. I think the head coaches for the Thoroughbreds is just now telling this team to let's just run the ball and run the clock out, keep the ball inbounds.
That's right. Don't go out of bounds. Keep it in. Now, if you're Coach Burrows, you're telling them knock them out as soon as you can.
As soon as the ball is given, as soon as the height get back there to it, as it seems like number 43, Malik Saunders for the Thoroughbreds is in at running back. And number 14, Simpson, as he gives it off to Saunders again.
And Saunders is going to pick up about 8 on that play as the clock is under 3 minutes with 2:50 left.
As it looks like we have a Lane College.
A little slow to get up.
Injury time out on the field.
He's coming off the field under his own power, but he's going to be met as he comes off the field by the trainer. And again, that's number 24 for the Dragons. And that is Rock Nesbitt. Rockabutt Nesbitt.
Very hard name to pronounce a little bit.
So the clock's still running as it started up as soon as he got off of the field. Simpson takes the snap.
Another handoff to Saunders.
And it's going to be 3rd down and less than a yard.
Saunders on the carry. Tackle made by number 27, Demarius Pitts. It's 3rd down and 1, Thoroughbreds.
So the clock's going to go under 2 minutes here. They can probably get it down to about a minute. Well, probably a minute and a half. So if they pick up a 1st down, all they got to do is take 2 snaps.
As the Thoroughbreds get down, and it looks like Simpson is ready to call for the ball.
And he's looking at the clock to see how much time he has. And they got the 1st down. Now they can go to the
and that goes to Saunders.
What the greatest formation a team can have is victory formation. As the clock is now at a minute 18, it'll start as soon as the change is set. So a minute 15 left. So basically, they're going to need to run 2 plays.
This was a very good game by both teams today. Both teams, very good job by you guys. Way to keep your heads up and way to finish strong.
So there's 45 seconds left. This will, by all means, probably be the last play of the football game.
As the ball was given off to number 27, Michael Nerio.
27 seconds.
And that goes to Nero. Tackle made by number 92, McKinney.
And Kentucky State will not have to snap it again. The ball has not been placed down in play. And now both teams are going to work their way to the sidelines, to the middle of the field for their handshakes. Our final score is going to be Kentucky State 32, your Lane Dragons 5 as time runs out. We'll be right back to wrap it up with final stats in about 2 or 3 minutes. You're watching Dragon Football.
That is your ball game. Final score, Thoroughbreds 32, Lane College 5. Quick reminder that the Dragons' final home game will be November 4th right here at Lane Field against Central State University. Game time will be 2 p.m. Fans, don't forget that at the end of the day, the only score that really matters is you arriving home safely. Please remember to buckle up and drive safely.
All right. We'll go back next week, though.
Welcome back to Dragon Football. I'm Ray Pack along with Bruce Douthard.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, we got some final stats for you here on the final stats. A couple of things jump off the page. Kentucky State with 21 first downs to Lane's 11. And then we kept talking about the rushing yards. Ended up that Kentucky State rushed the ball 42 times for 226 yards, Lane 36 times for 109 yards. 100 yards passing for Kentucky State to 88 for Lane. So total yardage, Kentucky State 326, Lane 197. What else do you see on there that that jumps out at you, Bruce?
Well, the penalties for me, it is, I want to say that the Thoroughbreds only had 1 penalty for 10 yards, while the Dragons had 8 for a total of 77 yards. And like I said, penalties can either win you the game or lose you the game. And today, it seemed like the penalties was not for Lane, it was against Lane today.
You know, a couple of times, and here's the thing, when you talk about penalties, sometimes a penalty happens and you can live with it. But the penalties that were called against Lane today were at inopportune times. And then we had a couple of at least three offsetting penalties that there's no yardage marked off because they cancel each other out.
Let's see, the red, 4th downs, they was 1 for 2. The Thoroughbreds was, while Lane College was 0 for 1.
And your red zone scores 3 out of 6 to 1 out of 2 for Lane. Your leading rusher for Lane was Marcus Holliday with 79. And, of course, for Kentucky State was number 3, Brett Silva, with 111 net yards. So that pretty well tells you where we're at. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next Saturday, November the 4th, for the final home college football game of the season for the Lane Dragons. They will be hosting Central State. We will be on the air at 1:45 with our pregame show. We appreciate all of you tuning in and watching our broadcast. Appreciate all those students in the Mass Communications Department at Lane College for all the work they put into putting this production on. Especially appreciate my broadcast partner over here, Bruce Douthard. And Bruce, enjoyed working with you today. Hopefully we'll get the opportunity to work again another game at another point in time.
Thank you for having me today. Thank you.
Thanks to everyone, especially I want to fail to mention this at the beginning of the broadcast, but we need to thank Dr. Logan Hampton, the president of Lane College, Derek Burrows, head football coach, athletic director. Also give Mr. Roger Ogden some thanks for all the work he does behind the scenes, and also Ms. Pam Peters, who is the instructor, I guess you would say the professor of the Mass Communications Department. Appreciate all those individuals and all those that were on the cameras. You'll see their names. If you see them around town on campus, say thank you for their work, and we will see you next week.